These men stand ready and poised for battle. No longer do they have fear in their hearts, for death and glory await. Hey up, it's your northern lad, and I know what you're thinking. We really don't look like we're actually going to be able to make it out of this one unscathed, but I know something you don't, and that is that we've got some pretty decently upgraded lads out here, and even with mods, the AI is pretty dumb. So I think that this bloodshed will be Austrian only. Praise be that we do not lose a single unit in this struggle, and we will show our wrath to the Austrians. And this will be the last time they ever set foot in Moroccan territory. Gonna draw first blood here. There goes up warrior. Gonna keep our scout nice and safely placed inside the capital. And now we're gonna keep our classic archer right here healing up, because he's got some medics from the scout. Gonna heal up the horseman nicely over there too. And then the real battle begins. We're going to take on this catapult. We don't want a single catapult in range of Ankara, and this lad is too close for comfort, so he's going down next. Racking up plenty of points, plenty of score, and this second catapult, whilst close to being finished off, I'm not going to make it so. Going to pull my lad back around at flank and bide our time. Yes, Aaron, I'm a bit busy right now. I'll be your friend though, no worries. Now, Ancient Squad 4 right here is the unstoppable force, and there are no immovable objects in our way. He's taking pitiful amounts of damage. I don't think I need open borders with you ever, Persia. And I know that just like the others, you'd probably like to give me Zoroastrianism if you could. And Egypt is pretty vehement in giving us his religions, but lo and behold, we have actually managed to get us the last great prophet of the game, so we can actually found ourselves a religion, which I can't believe has actually happened. That is a little unusual. So what I'm thinking now is, should we make it in capital or should we make it in Marrakesh? Reason for this is because if you use a great prophet to build a religion in another city, then it becomes an holy city, and holy cities cannot be destroyed. They cannot be razed to the ground. And God's forbidding that someone actually takes Marrakesh, at least we won't lose it indefinitely. That being said, it'll take us 2 turns to get our great prophet to Marrakesh, and someone could find themselves a religion by the time we try and make a religion of our own in Marrakesh. But what kind of a game would this be if it wasn't without risk? It would be a pretty vanilla game, wouldn't it? So that's what I'm going to try and do. Now, I've produced something in Rabat meanwhile. It would be great if the game showed me what it was, but unfortunately, it doesn't seem like it wants to be doing that. We probably produced some kind of militaristic unit, or we tried to produce as many markets as we possibly could, because we're still in deficit, and we really don't have a lot of coin-producing buildings to speak of. We could go for the Mausoleum of Halicarnassus, but that being said, all we'll get is +2 coins per turn from this masonry right here, and 100 coins per great person produced. And we're not really in the great person producing game right now. For some reason, the Hanging Gardens still haven't been built, and neither has Madain Saleh, which all of these wonders are wonderful to have in early game, especially Hanging Gardens at this stage. It might be worth the play, because it's turned 146. If you could get that combined with Mesa Verde in capital, then Rabat's going to absolutely boom. So I tell you something, 2 for 2. We're going to go for 2 of the foodiest wonders that are in game. That being said, let's have a look at production. 15 production per turn versus 9 production per turn. But also we got some marble, and we have the potential of faster growth because we got a lot of wheat. We got a lot of food-focused tiles. And Rabat, we need to actually consider branching out a bit further than just producing wonders. That being said, if we have too many wonders, it might become a little bit more attractive to England to actually finally come and try and take us on. The Great Walls were built a long time ago, probably in a galaxy far, far away at that, so there's no way in heck we're going to be able to have any defensive buildings. So we might do a cheeky little try at the Hanging Gardens for now. And just hope that England doesn't encroach anymore. That said, if this swordsman comes any closer, I'm going to change my production to an archer. I'm not having it. I'm not having England coming in. They're not taking me whilst I'm distracted in Austria. But just last turn, they were encroaching and they're already pulling away. So they've spelt their own doom and they have no one to blame but themselves. Gonna do a bit of scouting with this horseman here. 3 lots of archers. If I were to plonk anyone down here, he would get shot 3 times at least. And then attacked by a pikeman. Again, my ancient squads have so much cover, it may not be too much of a problem, but I'm not going to take a risk. I might just have to trade some blows here. So these archers are going to go for this lad, and he's got plenty of health, so he's going to go for him as well. And then he'll pillage, and then he might just pull back a little bit. I'll keep this horseman here to keep the scouting out, and then me ancient squad, I'll move him up. Safe attack against Salzburg, but they only got 13 defence. I am curious to see what Vienna's got, and I have no doubt in my mind that it's in here somewhere, because I'm pretty sure Salzburg is Austria's second city. That is something that they changed in Civ 6, where I'm pretty sure that every second city has a random name, and I don't think that's just for aesthetic purposes. I'm pretty sure they did that so you can't guess what the second city is. That being said, it's strange to have a city like London and then a secondary city like, I don't know, Stoke-on-Trent as your second city. It doesn't scream exotic second city material, does it? It screams Stoke-on-Trent. Now, if you're from Stoke-on-Trent, I think you know where I'm coming from, lad. Don't shoot the messenger. Yes, lad, I will continue to take 2 coins per turn from my horses. Not needing any more horses at this stage. But we got +2 horses here. I guess some trade has ceased. But we need that money back, so I'm going to be trading back as soon as possible. What I want to do, check out too, is also... Yeah, just as a thought. So, before, we were like, why are we at +8 faith per turn? But it's because we got Islam in Marrakesh. And every single desert tile has given us +1 faith. So even though we didn't actually get Desert Folklore for ourselves, somehow we're actually leveraging it to our advantage, which I tell thee, really unusual in a game like this, to be able to get your own religion off the back of someone else's pantheon because they enforce their religion upon thee. Don't happen too often, but I'm not going to complain. Now, Marrakesh has the ability to produce the Heroic Epic, but 21 turns, still a long ways away. But the units that we could produce out of it after the fact might be worth it. It is a production-rich city. Look at these hills with forest on it. And then look at all these hills too. We've built a lot of mines. Don't have any enhancing wonders to speak of for Marrakesh. But we could try and go for it. As a granary, 7 turns. I might pay for that instead of building it. And then maybe we will just focus down going for Heroic Epic. And then chop down at trees in process. We really do want to get it, because any other cities we take is going to add extra production onto it, irregardless of whether or not they're puppet cities or annexed. Ankara has completed the barracks, which is good. I don't want them to grow too fast, because every annexed citizen gives extra unhappiness. But I'm not building at Courthouse yet neither, because -7 is rough. So now I actually might go for stable, because we have 1, 2 pastures. We would have 3. Actually, no, that's a camp, so I take it back. We have 2 pastures worth, which actually when I mull it over, it's not actually worth it that much. They're not going to go for it wonder, and they'd only get +1 food with the deer from granary. So actually, I might just get them to produce more units. And lo and behold, our composite bowman, who needs a proper title to him, which will be classic archer Fua. He's going to get triple accuracy. This lad actually took more damage than I were expecting. I appreciate the fact that, you know, he's not exactly in friendly territory, but he went from like 88 points, 98 points to 27. He took it from there, and there, and I don't think he'll survive another round of it. So I might move him back to a citadel. Make this lad reinforce until healed. And then maybe I can snipe some units with my archers. What I'm going to do first off is pillage. Get the extra health, which gives us extra damage. Gonna snipe this pikeman, who was supposed to bloody die, but of course he didn't. He just wept. And then snipe this archer, who of course won't die neither. And if I were to attack... Now here's the funny thing. If you move between zone of combat, it's meant to extinguish all your turns. But for some reason, if you do it and you slaughter someone, then you don't lose all of your movements. That being said, because I just pillaged this, he won't have enough to get home. But would he anyway, because you'd be moving back between this pikeman. So I think I tell thee what I might do is... No, we need the pikeman gone. He's more of a threat. And you see here, he's still got a movement. So I'm going to move him into bushes, because then he's going to be further away as possible. He might still take it. He's going to take it from this lad, and then this lad. But praise be, he might survive. Because I promised myself, and I promised me men, no man dies today. But sometimes generals make promises they can't keep in the heat of battle. Come on, Austria. Be as dumb as you look. Oh, they did the eel, didn't they? This is not looking good. Damn. As far as units go to be lost, the horseman is the least upsetting. But I did say I was going to use him for scouting, and I did waste 390 coins on purchasing the lad. So, may have not made the best strategic decision doing that, but we have to keep up the pressure. And finally, this lad's going to go down. No, he's not. He's still not gone down. What is this game? At least we'll get the citadel up and running. Gonna keep him on alert and defensive, because I don't think he's in the ideal position. Although I might actually swap him out there, like... Because again, he's going to heal. He's going to heal 38 points, and then my medic can stay in place. And I'll trade off those horses, because yes, I've lost my horse, but at least I can now trade it. And actually, I might be able to get into a surplus, because I'll get +6 coin and a -5 as of now. So maybe that horseman dying was the best thing he could have done for me. Too soon? Now I'm going to found a religion in Marrakesh, as I said I would. We're going to go for, let's say, Sikhism. Why not? And what do we have left? We've got tithe, peace-loving, papal primacy, interfaith dialogue, and ceremonial burial. The only one that I want is tithe, because you get coins, and heck do we need coins. I'm going to change the name to Moroccism, because we don't have any human players where that gives away who founded Moroccism. And of course, being a person who's incredibly good at thinking up of names on the fly, I think Moroccism is probably the most creative thing I've done all day. Now, secondly, our follower belief. Bearing in mind, we need a second follower belief and an enhancer belief once we actually get a second great person, which, considering we've done in with our desert folklore from settling our religion in Marrakesh, it's going to be slowed down quite significantly. But again, how much more could we actually get? We're basically at the bottom of the pile here, because everyone else has completely consolidated the religions. So I'm going to go for religious community. We have a lot more here, but I'm going to go for religious community. I've made up my mind. You need as much production as you can get. I would get swords into plowshares, but we're always at war. We're perpetually at war. Not going to happen. Yeah, and there goes the Pantheon. An enemy is near. England is loitering, but they're not really assaulting us. Let's see what Austria gets up to. Ooh, this lad's taking it. But he's still living to fight another day. Like our archers collecting, just absolutely collecting XP. And then they'll be sorry. Whoso pulleth, you're bloody right. We've got chivalry. Look at that. Now we got to build at Gazbars. We got to build so many Gazbars. We'll be laughing with the amount of Gazbars we built. Look, it's even telling us, build me a Gazbar here. Build me a Gazbar worthy of Morocco. It increases food production and gold output and a defensive bonus. No one's taking us now, assuming we're in desert, which of course Anchor is not, but whatever. That being said, is it worth finally building a road between these two? I mean, it's taking forever to go back and forth. And we don't really have the amount of workers that is probably appropriate for this stage of the game, so I might go for one more. That being said, we're also at Chivalry, so it might be worth swapping Marrakesh out from the Heroic Epic to Alhambra, but 40 turns is going to kill me. But with chopping down at trees, who knows what could happen. We're either going to get it or we're not. Like, let's be real here. We cannot consider the fact that even if we had a lot of production, it's not going to be taken in the next 5 turns. So we just use the coins that we lost from the production to actually get something good. Going to get engineering, so we get a bridge between Marrakesh and this road, because it's an absolute travesty that we still don't have that. And now we're pulling back just ever so slightly, because we're now getting opponents in range. And it's a shame that this lad's still not gone. He hasn't used his rinky-dinky little promotion healing, which I am happy about, but I want him gone. Let's see if there's anything on the horizon. And yet, we got Vienna right in our line of sight. 25 defense means that we need to cheese it somehow, whether it be extra range or just a lot of ranged units moving in all at once. And hello, Ottomans, you are not having my time of day, because I like Arabia. They've done naught wrong to me, and I don't suspect they're going to continue to do anything wrong to me, none the like. This is looking to be a standoff. And of course, there's a barbarian who's deciding to completely step out of turn here. I just noticed 0 happiness. Not great. Not good at all. So we might just keep everyone on hardcore production now, even if it means starving or stagnation. Rather not starve too much, but stagnation will do me proper until we get some more happiness. Boethius has completed his greatest work, the list of the world's most wonderful people. Darius I has 5 wonders. Something tells me Darius, even though we're friendly, I might have to go for Persepolis at some point. Harun al-Rashid too, and Solomon. Don't sully your reputation with all your wonders. I'm going for you next. It's not a threat, it's a promise. So much for taking out a barbarian in one shot. Let's see what's over yonder. So he's going to take it from 3 archers now, but he's got rough terrain defense, he's got medic. He should be fine. Famous last words, but he should be fine. And I tell this something else. Genuinely, our archers are getting closer and closer to +1 range. Because that will snowball. Like, sincerely, that will snowball completely once we get +1 range. And then we get logistics where you can get 2 shots off at once. And then taking cities will be an easy process. Alhambra's gone from 38... No, shut up. Alhambra's gone from 38... No, shut up. Alhambra's gone from 38 production to 37 production, thanks to the fact that we chopped down those trees. No, shut up. And I'm really pleased about that, because I thought that it would be way more than 1 turn. So I'm actually pleased. No, I'm devastated. I thought chopping down trees would help out in productions terms, but it bloody well hasn't. We've still got ages yet before we can get Alhambra. Oh, and yes, Harun al-Rashid has completed Bodabadut. Great Mosque of Jen has been built in a faraway land. I wonder who's built that. It won't bloody me. Arabia's going to be spreading Buddhism left, right and centre thanks to his Bodabadut. Having 3 free missionaries. Crikey. But at least, caveat, we've got a social policy. And if there's one thing I think I'm going to get, is probably aristocracy, considering we're building wonders in way too many cities for our own good. And that has shown off actually quite a lot of turns for Alhambra. And because of Rabat, we actually have +1 happiness, because for every 10 citizens you get +1 happiness. So that probably came in a bit clutch, didn't it? I think I'll actually go for building at mines, because chopping down those trees clearly proved to do naught. Whereas having 1 extra hammer per turn, I don't know, I suppose something about it snowballing can add up a little bit more than the one-time production bonus. We do have an encroachment from Arabia, which caused my voice to crackle, which, you know, means I'm bloody well terrified. But at least they don't dislike us, so they're just pinching some cattle and some stone. I think I can forgive them for that. And now look at you. He's right for the taking, isn't he? If he were to be took. Maybe that actually saved him, because if he goes in there, maybe he'll be attacked by the unknown up here. But at least now, I can finish him off for sure. So much for that. You're going back, lad. And would you believe it, the Ancient Squad Fua has yet another promotion. And what else but... because attacking twice is twice as nice. And I swapped out my scout and my archer because he's going to heal 25 per turn in city. Actually, I might move my scout back because he'll get 30 per turn when he's adjacent to the medic. It really is quite decent to have him heal so much like that. But as I saw in here, probably no way in heck I'm going to move him much the lighter, but I might move him up on periphery for now. But considering they still have so many archers, which is crazy, we may have to delay and wait for at least one more unit to come through, or for them to actually move out of position. In the heat of battle, I remember dismissing a message from Austria, and it could possibly be that they were actually trying to sue for peace. So with that being said, I might actually see engineering's been completed, but I might actually see it's just Salzburg in it. That's all they've got. So we can't be taking Salzburg and Vienna. Vienna's the only target we have. Thank you for the XP, Barbarian. Yes, that is something that I have not mentioned about the mods so far too, is that the Barbarians do give you XP past 30 XP. Because if you're investing time and energy in getting your units to slash up Early Virgin Barbarians, I am not having them stagnate at 30 XP and 2 promotions. That is bollocks if I ever heard of it. So no, they get an XP where they can. And hey, would you look at that? A missionary. It's definitely not what I mind though. So engineering's been completed. We might actually decide, I'm going to say machinery because the crossbowmen will help us out a lot more with Vienna, but education's the way to go because we are getting universities in every single city. Now, would you look at this? I have never built a Casbah on an hill before, but as you can see, +1 food, production and gold is a lot better than +1 production. I know that eventually you get +2 production way down the line later, but there is absolutely no reason not to build a Casbah on this hill. Heck, that is mental. That is so good. I would have thought it'd be fine on a regular desert tile, but on an hill it's absolutely OP. Right, let's do a little bit more scouting here, shall we? Right, 3 lots of archers here. I highly doubt he's going to die. And we can get some good damage off. Yeah, he's going to take a lot of damage, but he won't die. I'd really like the damage. It don't worry me too much because he gets so much XP from it. And he can just run off to the medic. And he's got cover. And one retreated anyway. They're not even attacking him. It's like it's too intimidating. And rightfully so, considering all the promotions he's got. Bloomin' heck. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot him with the archer. And then get my swordsman to finish him off. And because he's got blitz, he can just run off again. Hit and run strategies. But lo and behold, our lad has just got better. Because he's got either the choice of getting +1 range or logistics. We're not close enough to Vienna to actually be able to shoot it anyway. And if we did, it'd only get 1 shot off at a time, and that means slower generation of XP for this unit. Whereas if we got logistics, you get double XP every turn because he can shoot twice, which is huge. And then he can get to +1 range sooner. So I know I was saying that we're going to go for +1 range, but considering the situation, considering the fact that we've not gotten any closer to Vienna, I am going to go for logistics. Because now we can double tech him, definitely finish him off, and he's still got +1 movement, so we can retreat, and then we can move at Great General with us, and then, lovely, our Ancient Squad has also got an upgrade too. Ancient Squad 1, our medic lad. And I tell thee what, between double medic, double cover, what else is there? I mean, we go to drill 2, then eventually he can become a siege unit too. And amphibious is just so crap. This is such a crap promotion. I'm sorry to anyone who likes it, but it's now. So we're going for drill 2. Pulling him back so we can heal up. And then I think I'll just farm up some XP on this horseman with my archer. And hey up, would you look at that? England's getting bright ideas. Sorry, England, but your majesty's done you wrong. If you pillage that, by the way, you're dead, mate. I hope you're just an happy wanderer, but you'll be turned into a sad wanderer if you keep it up. Good man. I'm actually pleased. He just buggered off. Now let's see this. Oh dear. You know, once you realise that your voice just squeaks every now and again, you kind of just embrace it. I mean, what am I going to do? Edit it out every single time my voice squeaks and pretend I'm not that person? No, it's not happening. It's how I sound like. Sucks to be me, I guess. But hey up, Classic Archer Thua is fully healed up. Very nice. Going to move me scout back into place. We got one more turn for another composite archer, which... brilliant. Or bowman, as it's called in game. And I think considering we got some pikemen coming in, I'm going to just move back one. All my units. I've made a mistake. And this lad's not going to get medic now. Oops. Because I wanted this lad to get extra shots off. He can't get him. Oh, it's because it's Sargon. Oops. This lad will get him. Yeah, you know what? That's good. I have been thinking about maybe producing another citadel with Sargon. Just eating through the territory. Because with all the bloodshed that we've been doing, how long is it going to take before we get another great general? And I only need one. Like, considering the sphere of influence that they've got, it's unlikely that I'm going to need 2. Because we haven't amassed enough of a military to do so yet. And Ankara is probably the most aggressive city in this entire game. We got 2 citadels, it's got walls, it's got everything you need. What would I worried about? I pulled back my Medicus for now. Like, he just ran back up Phil. I was thinking, oh, he's got a bit low health. He might need to, you know, get back into friendly territory to heal up a bit more. But no, it's just nothing's nuts the like. Oh, the Aztecs are in trouble. You know what? I might be an absolute dick and just leave him to it. Because we don't want any pesky scouts running around. And hey up, we got one more classic archer. Wait a minute, have I moved into... I have, haven't I? I'm in the medieval era. This lad is a medieval archer. Medieval archer 1. No. Arche. Medieval arche 1. Because we don't have enough letters. We're at character limit. And of course he's going for archery. And he's moving to front line. I think now we're going to go for circus. Because we're a little bit too unhappy for comfort. I mean, it's going to take us 8 turns to produce it. Circus, we got 8 turns before Rabat grows. So that's the way. This is the way. Right now. Yeah, sending you up on Phil. Heal up nice like, be a good lad. And get some more shots off on that pikeman. We're chipping away. This is like watching Michelangelo chip away at a rock. Like trillion, billion, million years it took him. But once he finished, he built a masterpiece. Oh, again, after doing absolutely now, you want to make peace? Sod off. Ooh. I tell you what, sometimes the sound effects don't really sound accurate compared to what is actually happening. A lad's just been shot with an arrow, and all the noise he makes is, ooh! When really it'd be more like, ah! Ah! I've been shot! Ah! Ah! I don't know, is it just me who thinks that might have probably been more realistic? I mean, considering the noise it makes during the siege when people are screaming and like the city's being burnt and they're all dying, it's much more realistic. So why can't they get the sound effects balanced in this game? Food for thought. Food for thought. But I'm looking at the time right now and I've just realised that actually we are at the limit. We've just got a spy, and so next turn we're definitely going to be seeing whose technologies we can steal the fastest. But that's going to do it for this episode. We've made good progress with Austria, but this is probably going to be us for the next few episodes. So if you don't like carnage, then I'm afraid you're out of luck. But thank you so much for joining me. I've been your Northern Lad, and put off the woodeth, inneth the toil, uth. Tarath loveth,